Hello everyone, Chris Adsit here. As you can see, I'm doing something a little different. I'd like to update you today on the Heartland Lakeside Transportation Program. Keep in mind, these are my thoughts. They don't represent the voice of the board. But this was important because there is some misinformation floating around out there, and I want to set the record straight. This morning, an email went out from the board to all the parents in the district regarding our optional pay-to-ride program, i.e. busing. The problem is, many of you might not be associated with the school and wouldn't have received that email. And that clears a lot of things up. So, first of all, transportation is still happening for our district, and we are still providing free busing for all students that are 2 miles or more away from the school or live in a designated hazardous zone as determined by the Waukesha County Sheriff Department. That isn't changing. What's changing is our optional pay-to-ride program. What that means is families who want their children to ride the bus but aren't eligible for free transportation can choose to pay, and as long as there's room on the bus, they can jump on too. Now, historically, the district had used a full recovery model, meaning we charged families the real cost divided by the ridership for them to be on the bus. Pretty simple. A couple years ago, though, we found out that that program was not being run equitably. There were some kids on the bus that shouldn't have been for free, some that should have been on the bus for free but were paying for it, and some different zones that weren't correct. So when the board learned about that, we put a little pause on the pay-to-ride program and instituted a district subsidy. Now, what does that mean? It means that us, the taxpayers, picked up a large portion of the bill for the optional pay-to-ride program for those students that were using it. We did that because it was the district's fault for not having clear records and clear compliance with DPI in the state for hazardous zones. But it was a significant subsidy. That information has since been corrected. In February, the board voted per policy to return to a full recovery model for the next school year, 26-27. And that means it's $849 per student to ride the bus. Last year, the district was covering roughly $700 plus of that cost per child. So what that meant is the subsidy was being paid for by all of the taxpayers. The vote in February moves that subsidy away from the district and transfers the real cost back to the families that are choosing to pay to ride. Now, there have been some questions that have come up in the community. Please, if you have questions about eligibility or financial assistance, yes, financial assistance is available for families who qualify and don't have the ability to pay. Reach out to the administration for that and they'll help you. If you have questions on eligibility or the process, please reach out to the administration. But if you have a problem with the policy or need to understand more about the rationale behind making the decision, please reach out to your board members. Unfortunately, we've had some community members showing up at administrators' homes, and that's not appropriate. We can do better. So please, reach out to the board on our school email address, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. But again, this is an optional pay-to-ride program, and all the board did was remove the subsidy from the whole district, from all taxpayers, and charge the appropriate amount to the families taking advantage of the optional pay-to-ride program. I hope this clears things up. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me personally or the other board members, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Until the next time, God bless you and our entire community.